kid, are you just learning how to read?
You've come to the right place.
Do you have basic reading skills but are seeking to take it from here to here?
You've come to the right place.
Or are you having trouble mastering the art of reading? Yes, you've all come to the right place. And the right place is KidTime StoryTime. And who better than us, you and me, to get together to read A Little Spot Learns to Read, a story about the building blocks of reading. And it's all part of the Better You series because that's what we're all about being the better versions of ourselves every single day. Good, better, best. That's the order of things. Let's go. A little spot learns to read. Whoa! There are a lot of words here. It's like a word explosion. Them, where, what, to do, was, bat, about, and nam. Nam. Oh, it must be name. It must be hiding back here. Feel, eat, fly.
Hi, I'm a learning spot, and I'm here to help you read.
Thanks. We could use a little help in reading. I really want to read this new cat book. Oh, a cat book. Might it be Pete? Might it be Splat? Might it be Shere Khan? Might it be someone a little closer to home? That's right, Tuton! The cuddliest cat in all of KidTime StoryTime Kingdom. Okay, cat break is over. Back to the reading. You might think of books when you think of reading, which, of course, we do. But what else can we read? Well, let's see. Boom, shakalaka-laka. There are so many things you can read. The world is full of words. Words. For example, how would you know that you're at the corner of Maple and Syrup Street if you don't know how to read the street signs? Apply for a job and read the ingredients on your favorite can of soup and send a text message and make a list for the groceries, read an email, send a letter to your pal. Maybe you have a pen pal in a faraway country and you need words for that too. And to read scientific research, instructions on how to put together that desk from IKEA that has like a million pieces. And of course, you got your fairy tales, your dictionary. Oh, your warning signs that can be on some super strange things.
Like a pillow.
Super strange.
Like a hairdryer.
Not as strange.
Like a box of cheese.
I don't think those come with instructions. Okay. But you know what I mean. Instructions that like warning signs, all the legal disclaimers things. And let's see, the signs that you put on your body, those stickers. My name is Diane, for example. Song lyrics. You think you're just doing music, but if you're reading the words to the song, you're reading. Reading is everywhere. Even your favorite board game. You have to start, you have to finish, and you have to read the instructions along the way. And of course, all those cool shirts that I see kids wear all the time that have nice messages like, be kind on this word math problem. Anna has 10 cats and gets 3 more. How many cats does she have? Too many. That's the answer.
I don't know this word. Sometimes reading can make you feel frustrated or cause you to have some anxiety. Why is this so hard for me?
That's the face of anxiety. That's the face of anger. And then we have to take a deep breath. Because those feelings are not going to help us get any better. They're just going to stand in the way.
That's why I'm here. I want to help you grow your confidence spot when you read.
Confidence. Now that's a feeling that will help you get over that hump.
I can read. This is fun.
Much better faces than those 2 faces. Did you know that everyone struggles to read at first? That is because reading requires us to use 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Of our brains. Your brain needs to use sight, hearing, and speech all at the same time, like synchronizing everything. Sight, hearing, and speech. So it takes a lot of practice to learn just one word. So isn't that wild to think that everyone struggles to read at first? So if you happen to be one of those kids who are struggling, don't worry, everyone struggles. Sometimes some kids get over it faster and some kids get over it later. And sometimes it's because your brain is wired in an entirely different way that's going to allow you to do cool things, but might give you a bit of an issue at the very start with the whole reading business. But that's nothing to fret about. Moving on. You might be wondering,
What is a word? Words are formed by combining one or more sounds. There are 26 letters in the alphabet.
I know you've heard of it. The ABC song, perhaps AlphaRAP, all 26 letters are there.
But some letters have more than one sound.
And this is where it gets tricky. A, for example, everybody knows A is for apple, but A can sound like We'll see. It can sound like mat. It could sound like table. It could sound like father. And see these funny little things up above? Those little signals tell us the sound, the kind of A. So the happy face is the A from mat or hat or cap. This straight line is the A that sounds like A, table. And then the A that has a little two eyeballs above, father. So that's the A. So now we have our alphabet here, and it shows us A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y can sound kind of different depending on the little things up above, even though we don't see them in the things that we read, right? We don't see the little dots or the little happy face or the little stripe, but those are the things that we can always look up in the dictionary that sort of give us the clues to how to pronounce a word that we haven't pronounced before. And look at that. Oh, glorious 26 letters on display here.
I know it's fun to sing the alphabet song and say letter names, but it's important to focus on the sounds that the letters make too.
Okay, let's see the examples that the little helpful dot is giving us. Cat. So the letters are C-A-T. So it's like sounding it out. But this is not helpful, it says, because if we said it like the letter sounds, C8, that's not cat. C8 is not cat. So this is helpful. Cat, C, and then the happy face over it, which means it's cat, t. And once you learn the sounds of the letters, look at how many other words you can read. So we went from cat to bat to hat. This is how you start decoding words like a PI. You can learn so many words this way. And PI are two letters that stand for private investigator, in case you were wondering what the heck storyteller means by saying PI. Private investigator, like a secret agent, spy type of person.
Decoding a word is when you can pronounce each letter's sound separately.
Okay, so that's decoding a word. So we have bat and hat, but then we also have rat, sat, that, mat, pat. So see, knowing the one thing helps us know all the other words because it's like they're a word family. Now you can pair two letter sounds into word families. That's what I said. This is how you find rhyming words. So we've seen the at, which goes to cat, bat, hat, pat, that, and sat. Now, here are some more rhyming word families. You know, one easy way to identify them is to find the words hanging out together and they're all singing, "We are family, yeah, 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 yeah."
Storyteller,
Yes?
I'm gonna need you to focus.
Oh, sorry. Okay, back to the words on the page. Rhyming word families. Add. So that could be bad, dad, had, glad, mad, pad. So when we see this, it gives us a clue as to how the other words are going to go. An, can, man, van, pan. I ran to the fan. And then here we have app, which rhymes with cap. And I took a nap on my mom's lap while she was reading a map. And I fell into the gap and landed with a flap. I made that up. Ugh, which can be like ugh, but also rhymes with bug, hug, rug, lug, plug, and jug. In, here's another rhyming word family. In, bin, win, fin, pin, chin, tin. And ig rhymes with pig and wig and dig and fig and a big rig. Now, when you find a tricky word, because words can be tricky, you know, there are a couple of clues that can help you decode that word. And just to pause for a moment, that storyteller sometimes finds words that she does not know how to pronounce. It happens to all of us at any age. No shame! So, words Like, did you know that smaller words can hide in bigger words? Oh, look for words you know. Okay, so this is cool, she says. So we have words within words. So if this word, for example, looks too big, we could split it up. Pack, age, package, package, mail, box, mailbox. And then goes to get her, together, and forget me not. You can also try to break the words into smaller parts. These are called syllables. A syllable is like a drum beat. You can practice a drum beat by clapping your hands every time you hear a beat. So dog, 1 clap. Apple, 2 claps. Fantastic, 3 claps. Fantastic. See? Dog. Yep, there's no, it's just 1 syllable. Apple, 2 syllables. Fantastic, 3 syllables. It's pretty cool once you get the hang of it, right? You can hear the syllables. Another trick I like to use is to stretch out the word so you can see and say each letter sound individually. It may sound a little funny, but you try it out and then the word starts to make sense. Stretch. See, it was awkward, but it got the job done. You can also see if there are any pictures around the word to help figure it out. Yes, your teacher might call it a context clue, but that's a big word. You might not even know what that means. But it means that the picture is telling us 1,000 words. The picture is also telling us things within the pictures. It's like they are a different form of communicating. So if you don't know what these words mean under the picture, maybe the picture's already telling you what the words mean. So here, let's say you don't know what this sentence is, and I'm not going to read it. But what are we looking at? Oh, looks like there's a cat. And what does the bottom say? There was a cat. Boom. We figured it out with the pictures. Next picture. There, we got a tree here, and we've got a cat, and we've got donuts. So if we look at just the picture without understanding these crazy words down here, I'm guessing that this would say that this cat loves donuts and sitting under a tree. So now let's see what the sentence actually says. This cat liked to eat donuts under a tree. Boom! We did it. It's like we're geniuses. Once you figure out a tricky word, make sure to reread it so you can remember it next time. That's right, you're like doing this exercise for your own self. You're saying it, you're hearing it, you're reading it a few times to get that word to like really sink into your brain. Another hot tip the storyteller likes that works for me and works for some of your brains might be to write down the word that you just learned, because sometimes writing it is the last piece of the puzzle that makes it stick in here. It's funny how the brains work. They all work in different ways. You just have to figure out how yours works. Now, practice time. Did you know that reading just 20 minutes a day can help expose you to over 1 million words a year? What? This, you know what this means? I know what this means. We're word millionaires! Word millionaires! Word millionaires! Word millionaires! Yes, we're word millionaires. That means you're a word millionaire. Woo! Oh, it feels good to be a word millionaire, doesn't it? By the end of first grade, you should start to feel confident when you read. And look, they keep showing us the hear it, you see it, you say it. You hear it, you see it, you say it. Hearing, sight, speech. And here he is showing him some letters, and his brain is processing this, but whoa! The brain went from happy to not happy. I see the angry face, the anxious face, and reading this. What's going on? If you practice reading daily but are growing more frustrated, it might be because your brain is trying to read differently from your classmates. I mentioned this earlier. Some brains are wired differently. And instead of reading the B, D, P, Q, what is this? It looks like he's seeing something else. So instead of seeing BDPQ, you might see right? Doesn't make any sense, but that's what your brain is telling you that you're seeing if you have that kind of a brain. What kind of a brain is it? It's called dyslexia. You have a dyslexia brain. You just, like the information comes in differently. It's kind of cool when you think about it. But I know, initially, kind of rough because you can't do everything just like everybody else. And everybody else is picking up reading faster. And maybe the dyslexia brain person is not, but it's just different. You'll see. People often think dyslexia is when someone reads backwards, but it can be a range of different reading struggles, and it's more common than you think. 1 in 5 children are dyslexic. Embarrass you? Probably. If you're struggling to read, you are not alone. Did you know that all these famous people, that's right, all these famous people, struggled to read too and went on to do great things in life? Do you know who these folks are? If you don't, I'm about to tell you. Boom! Albert Einstein, scientific genius, amazing hairstyle, and he discovered the theory of relativity, which makes no sense to you right now and really not that much sense to me because that is such a big brain concept of the universe, but he made major scientific discoveries and wrote them and read stuff, and he started off life having trouble to read. Did that stop him from making history? No. Thomas Edison made the light bulb and like 1,000 other inventions that he had to write down. Did he have trouble reading at the beginning? Yes. Did that stop him from becoming a genius who changed the world? No. Boom. Walt Disney. You have to know this name. Perhaps you've seen Snow White. Perhaps you've seen Pinocchio. Perhaps you've seen Dumbo. Perhaps you've seen Disneyland. Perhaps you've heard of Disney World, which then led to Disney Plus, which has changed the world of creativity and imagination for kids and families. Yup, Walt Disney started off having trouble reading. Did it stop him? No, sirree, Bob. Leonardo da Vinci, an artistic genius. He drew the Mona Lisa. He even made drawings of flying machines that looked like helicopters that would not exist for hundreds and hundreds of years. Did having trouble writing and reading at the beginning stop him? Nope, because he did it all later. I really hope I have helped. I can't wait to see how those big confidence spots will get you when you read. I'll see you soon to learn something new. So there are the confidence spots, and there they are reading, and maybe they're reading about, I don't know, Pete the cat, or Splat the cat, or Shere Khan, or our two-tone. Me. So kid, I hope that you are excited about the reading adventure ahead. If you're having any trouble reading, don't worry. Practice makes perfect. Come back, reread the book, and you're gonna keep on strengthening your brain. Now, if you're past first grade and you are still having some trouble with the book reading, maybe, just maybe, if you recognize some things that in this book about dyslexia and you think maybe that's something you have because the letters don't look the same to you, you gotta tell a grown-up. Hey, but how do I know if I have it? Well, if you're having trouble reading, if you see the letters differently, and actually the author of this book, Red Bear, gave us some tips and tricks in case you need to figure out if your brain is wired differently for the reading process, or maybe you can help know what these signs are for maybe a friend, a sibling, a cousin, because you can also help another kid with the reading.
Oh yeah, that's true. So what are the signs?
Well, let's see. You reverse the letters B and D and P and Q. You complain often about how hard reading is and you get stomach aches. You still have a hard time with sounding out a word, or you make up words you don't know, which actually I think is kind of a cool thing, but anyway. And here, this is a good one. Has a hard time saying the days of the week in order.
Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yes, but if you have trouble saying it in order, that might be a clue that dyslexia brain might be your kind of brain. But whatever kind of brain that you have, kid, you know that you have it in you to not only learn how to read, but then use that as the building blocks to a great life.